Hello everyone. Quick announcement before we get into the reading. I just wanted to let everyone know that I have started two things. One is my Patreon site where I will be uploading all of the extended portions of the videos, the in-depth look of the videos and readings. Sometimes when I do the clarifying cards and I put a bit of extra material, all of that is now going to be over on Patreon, as well as I've finally been able to start my tarot and oracle deck unboxing and review series. And I'm going to be starting to unbox various tarot decks, review them in depth with you, and each month these decks will be given away in a monthly member giveaway. So in order to be eligible for the giveaway, you just have to join my Patreon site, and the cost of being a patron over there, I just ask for $1 a month, and that's it. There's one tier, one amount to join, and it's just a way, just simply a way for me to be able to facilitate these reviews and to be able to give out these beautiful decks. The more people join, the more patrons I have, the more decks I will review each month, and the more decks I will give away. So, for those of you who want to see the unboxing, go straight to the link. I'll include the link here and in the description box, and you'll find out more information about the series and my Patreon site there. Or you can go directly to my Patreon site and see the extended unboxing and review video there. All right, guys, thank you so much. And without further ado, straight to the reading. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. Today we're going to be doing the weekly reading for the sign of Scorpio. Alright, this is going to be for July 28th to August 3rd. We're going to get right into it, Scorpio, and pull out your two Romance Angel Oracle cards. My regulars, thank you for coming back as always. My newbies, thank you for stopping by if this is the first time you've come to my channel. The weeklies, we take a look at whatever the main relationship is this week that you're going to be dealing with. It could be a work relationship. It could be something to do with family or friends, or it could be a love relationship. So it's whatever the main dynamic is that you're going to be focusing on this week. All right. So Scorpio, soulmate. Have you found your soulmate, Scorpio? Do you already have them? Free yourself. Wow. Beautiful. Soulmate and free yourself. All right. Let's see what that all entails. Soulmate did come out for one of the other readings. I have to look at my log. Let me just grab my log real quick. Soulmate came out for Cancer, right? Cancer got soulmate and chemistry. And someone else got free yourself. I believe Leo also got free yourself. So Leo or Gemini. So that's quite interesting, right? Some of you may be dealing with a Cancer. But we don't really know what those cards are going to mean until we get your spread out. I'm going to pull out your 7 cards. 1 card for the relationship and 3 for you, 3 for your person. And we'll get a little bit deeper into what these 2 cards may mean for you this week, Scorpio. Show me what's going on. A beautiful water sign, sign of transformation. Show me. All right, Scorpio, your main card for this relationship is, are we upside down? We're upside down. Is Moon energy. Wow. All right, Scorpio, I mean, this is kind of right up your alley in a way, even though Moon is Cancer energy. It is water energy. It's the shadows. You're unsure, right? You're unsure. There's a little trepidation there. You may be a little bit afraid, right? Something's going on here with this Moon in the sense that, you know, you don't have the whole picture just yet, right? For you, you've got the Chariot coming out, 7 in Major Arcana. So this is you getting ready for a new journey in your life. You're about to start a whole new part of your life, right? And it's going to be a bit of a journey, this next stage of your life. For your person, you have 10 of Swords. So this is how you see your person. And for the relationship, we have 2 of Cups. Yeah. Yeah, this is certainly soulmate energy. This is a love relationship. Certainly you are involved. All right, your person has 9 of Pentacles. So that's beautiful. They see you as 7 of Swords energy. That's interesting. And for the relationship, they have Queen of Swords. So, no masks, no illusions, no fakeness, only real. You know, being real, being who you are, right? Who you truly are. Bottom of the deck, you have the Hierophant. So, this could indicate a desire to get more committed, to move towards commitment with someone, right? Certainly when you talk about relationships, right? Let me just make sure that my camera is doing all right because, hang on one second. All right, sorry about that. I just wanted to make sure. I think my camera was like hazy or something was going on there. All right, so let's get right into it. So we know the moon is at play here. You're not quite sure what's going on. You're not quite sure where this relationship is at, right? There's parts of this relationship that are still hidden. And so there's a lot of trepidation. With the moon, we get fear, right? There's always a little bit of fear when the moon comes in because it's like, I want to go down there. I want to go walk down that path. I want to see what's down there, but I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit, you know, anxious about it, right? I don't know what I'm going to find. Of course, the moon always tells us that once you go through that path or once you go down that road or through the journey, you realize there was nothing to be afraid of in the first place. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. That's like the idea of saying hindsight is 20/20, and what good does it do us, right? We all go through moon periods or relationships or times in our lives when we're just unsure, you know, we're scared, we're a little bit nervous, we don't want to be hurt, we don't want to find out that something is not right here. It all feels so good, right? Certainly with soulmate and free yourself right now, there's definitely a good feeling. And you're kind of, yeah, with moon, you're certainly feeling kind of like a little bit of trepidation. You just don't want it all to come crashing down because there's something going on you don't know about. Right now, Scorpio, you're identifying with the Chariot. So it's certainly, you see this as a really a new stage of life for you, I think. You are about to embark on something, I think. For some of you Scorpios out there, it's going to feel very much like a dream come true. A period of your life that you've always kind of been wanting or desiring. It could be that you're, for some of you, you may be getting closer to a particular goal that you've had in mind for a long time. 7 is the number for dreams and aspirations. And so in the Chariot, we see that the goal is in sight, right? For the charioteer, his goal is in sight. He's ready. He's readying his chariot. He's readying everything, because once you engage the chariot and once you begin your journey, it will follow the path that you set for it, right? It's going to be unrelenting and it's going to take you somewhere. But in the 7, in the Chariot card, we are admonished to take care to lay the path, lay the groundwork properly. And I feel like this is where you're at right now. Right now, you're laying a lot of groundwork, Scorpio. I think you feel like, I feel like you, for some of you, it's like this relationship you're having with this individual that feels like a soulmate relationship, you are going very slowly, very step by step. I'm not even sure if you guys are in a relationship, right? I don't know, like, where, you know what I'm saying? I think this is moving very gingerly, right? Because of the feelings that are involved. But certainly, I think you've come to a realization, Scorpio, that this is what you want. And so now I think you're kind of switching into, maybe up until now, it's been quite slow moving because you've been quite unsure. There's been a lot of moon energy around, a lot of uncertainty. But now you know. Once the Chariot comes in, you know, once you're at that stage of the Chariot, you know what it is you want, right? So you're no longer trying to decide what it is that you want to want in your life, but now you're kind of like, now it's all about preparing. getting it. You know, how do you get there? How do you get this? And right now you're in this stage where you're like getting things ready in a way. You're getting yourself ready, I want to say, your environment perhaps. For some of you, it may mean that you need to rearrange things at work. Some of you may be thinking about, like, you know, residence, like if you're thinking about possibly moving in with somebody. Certainly if we're gonna get to the Hierophant and the possibility of making a higher commitment to someone. So for some of you, that involves like thinking ahead about where you guys are going to live. You know, those are kind of the practical examples of what I'm talking about, right? And so your person has 9 of Pentacles is what they're identifying with. So they are in this stage where they are like really just taking care of themselves. 9 of Pentacles is like taking care of yourself, you know. They have probably been very independent for quite some time. They've taken care of themselves physically, emotionally, mentally. They've taken care of themselves financially. They may be quite well off, or they may, but they live in, you know, they live in a way that they have achieved a certain amount of abundance. They may even be their own business owner. They may own a business, or they may have their own like source of income in a way that they work for it themselves and bring it in themselves. You know what I mean? Could be an artist, right? But this person is certainly someone who knows how to work. They've worked very hard for everything they've ever accomplished. They're quite refined. You know, I want to say that they're extremely attractive to you, Scorpio. You're just attracted to them. For the way they carry themselves, right? And this person has been quite alone, I want to say, and sometimes it can be as a circumstance of their working, their job, or who they are, right? Or even their status or abundance. Because with all the 9s, we have an inherent energy of the hermit, that apart from others, alone, walking the path alone, being alone. We see that in all of the 9s in the suits. And so here we have that as well. And it's like, you see them, right? And you admire this person, right? You admire them very much. Now you have 10 of Swords for how you see your person, okay? And you also see that they have really been through a lot. You see that they've had a lot of struggles in their lives. And so going back to what I say, how the person, this is how they identify themselves. So they have really held their head up high. They've worked very hard. I think they have a high level of integrity, Scorpio. And of course, these are all the things that is attracting you so deeply to this person, right? You wouldn't feel like this person was your soulmate, and you wouldn't feel so deeply about including them in your future if this wasn't an exceptional person. But you see them as 10 of Swords, which indicates that you see that they have really had to work very hard. They've had a very difficult life. I think that you see also that they've come out of that they're at a very good stage now. They're just coming to the end of a really long and difficult road. And I think you empathize with them. I think you see the changes that have gone through, that they've gone through. I want to say that for a lot of you, this is a long-term friendship. Okay, so for some of you, I want to say you've known this, maybe not even friendship. You don't even have to have been friends. You may have known each other from a distance, but you've been around each other for a very long time because you've been around this person long enough to witness this journey that they've gone through, right? You know, I want to say that you've seen this, right? And so, yeah, it could be that for some of you, it could be that you were just around each other in the same social circle, because there is still this moon energy. There is still this mysteriousness about this individual for you, Scorpio, where you just can't quite get a handle on them completely. You're not 100% sure of, you know, you don't know them inside out. I think that is part of the fact that why you like them so much, why you're so drawn to them, because they are complex. You know, they're deep character. This is a deep individual who's been through a lot, you know. And they see you, interestingly enough, as a 7 of Swords. So 7 of Swords is a hasty card. It's the card of someone who is quick, hasty, cuts corners, maybe a bit of a cheater, right? And so I wonder, they may see you as not being very serious. Okay, I think they may see you as not necessarily being serious relationship material. It may be that the persona you've put on or the personality that you've exhibited in front of them has left them feeling that you're more of like, you know, a Don Juan, or that you're more of a like, you know, have fun, you know, devil may care character. That you're not above doing like little sneaky things, that you're not above cheating, and you know what I mean? And so I'm not saying that they think of you as badly, but I wonder if they completely trust you. I'm not sure if they completely trust you, Scorpio. I'm not sure if they completely trust your feelings towards them. And again, this moon energy is here, I think, very much for them as well for you. And this is, of course, not going to resonate for all of you, Scorpios, in your situations. But for some of you, certainly the person you're dealing with, if this is not you, then they're just not sure. And then, you know, for whatever the case may be, you may not have let them know, right? You may have, in a way, you may not have noticed it yourself. You may not have realized it, but the way you've been towards this person has left them feeling that you're not that serious, right? And if that isn't true, if you are serious about them, then you really absolutely must have a conversation with them about it and talk directly. Certainly if this person identifies with a 9 of Pentacles, there are very kind of, that's a lot of Taurus energy there. And so they're very like practical and to the point, and you know, would want you to speak with them. You know, yes, they've been through a lot and all of that, but they will, you know what I'm saying? It's like this type of energy is a very, certainly a Pentacles energy is a very down to earth, methodical kind of get the business done energy, right? And so sometimes with people like this, you also have to be very straightforward. You can't kind of like beat around the bush. You can't be too much in that moon kind of, to like, you know, hint, I'm just gonna hint around it, I'm gonna dance around it, we're gonna, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to be very direct with somebody like this. The way you see the relationship and your part in it and is 2 of Cups. See this relationship as a love affair, you know, the love of a lifetime. You see that you have met your soulmate. This is certainly a soulmate energy, 2 of Cups. It's certainly having found someone that you truly feel like is an equal to you, is perfect for your temperament and who you are and what you're looking for. You're absolutely in love. You know, and that's, you know, there's no other way, right? 2 of Cups and soulmate. So, but your person sees this relationship as Queen of Swords, and that's what I'm talking about as well, going back to the 7 of Swords, because Queen of Swords energy talks about being very honest. You know, being honest with who you are and what your intentions are, right? The Queen doesn't hide who she is. She's very honest about who she is and what she desires. She's done the hard work of peeling away her own mask that she used to wear, right? And she's learned that, you know, you have to be honest with yourself in order to get through life and get the goals that you desire, right? And she requires it of others. And so I think your person, Scorpio, is very much like, you know, they see the relationship that they're having with you as requiring a certain amount of like honesty, right? Conversation. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's talk about this. Let's figure this out. Where are we? You know what I mean? Again, the sense of like laying your cards on the table. And I think that that's what they're feeling like here, right? Because they're still very much in this kind of like, they're just not sure where you're coming from. You know, they're not sure what your intentions are with them. I think that you both obviously have a very good rapport. You have a very good feeling. You feel, you know, when you're around each other, there's a good feeling, right? But, you know, this person here, for some of you, is just really needing to have like these things put in words and told to them, you know. And if you are being too elusive, Scorpio, which you can tend to be at times, you can be quite elusive and working in the shadows. I don't know if that's going to work with this person. For some of you, this person is a little bit too practical, like, you know, too hard-headed. It's like you got to tell them, hey, you know, I'm acting like this because I'm in love with you, or I'm acting like this because I want to be with you, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just not going to work kind of like, you know, just throwing kind of feelings out there and hoping that they catch them. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get your 3 cards out, and I'm just going to call it for you, Scorpio. This is a week of conversation, certainly. And if this resonates with you, you'll know what I'm talking about. Free yourself is there because free yourself in terms of, you know, be free to communicate your feelings with this person, right? It's so interesting that there's such a strong connection that I feel here, yet you and your person are so at odds with how you feel about the relationship right now, right? And I don't want to say necessarily at odds, but you're just at different places. They're not sure, and you're in a place where you're quite sure, right? They're not. And it's like, if you want them to meet you equally, then you're going to have to be the one to bring them along. Okay? Give me 3 cards for a lovely Scorpio for this week. Show me. All right. Scorpio coming out, we have the Magician. Yeah. So yeah, you're trying to manifest, right? And the Magician is trying to make things happen through magic, through his magic. He's trying to get everything in the right area, you know, for things to happen, you know, to coordinate things such a way. 10 of Swords coming out. There we go. 10 of Swords has been certainly the end of a long journey for someone. And Queen of Swords. Wow. So 10 of Swords is here. 10 of Swords is here. Queen of Swords is here. Queen of Swords is here. And what are we talking about? The Magician. In all of this, it's the Magician. And the Magician is you, Scorpio. Trying to manifest, right? Trying to make something happen here. We have the Hierophant as well. Lest I forget, the Hierophant comes in when we desire to take, it comes in often for many reasons. The Hierophant is such a diverse and varied card, right? But in this instance, I would say that this indicates a desire to stabilize this relationship, a desire to have a commitment, right? To have a commitment, a blessing, right? To have people know. I feel like even this is like a very real desire to lock this down, right? Take this to the next level of commitment. I would even say for some of you, you may be considering getting married or asking someone to get married. You may be getting engaged, right? And so here we have, right, we have the cards that are already on the table being clarified, but just to add in that Magician, which is you, Scorpio, because right now you are very much trying to manifest something which is like a dream relationship for you, plus a new start in your life. This is really, you feel happy, you feel good, you feel like this is really something you've been wanting for quite some time. Certainly when you get soulmate. And the reason why I say this is that soulmate very rarely comes out for Scorpio readings, because Scorpios, you know, they have a lot of requirements, and they've been through transformation so many times that, you know, I think for Scorpios, their soulmates in a way are far and few between sometimes, you know, harder to find in this world, you know, because, you know, it's just what they require, you know, what they require in terms of in the relationship. And so when soulmate does show up, it's really quite a big deal for you, Scorpios. And certainly, yeah, 10 of Swords is finality. It's the end of one stage and the beginning of a new stage for you. And certainly with Queen of Swords, we're talking about fairness, but we're also talking about being open and talking and honest. Fairness comes from honesty with each other, right? You know, let's be honest about how we feel. Let's be honest about our feelings so that we can be fair with each other, and so that everyone can be sure that they are getting what they need and desire. Yeah, this is certainly there's the end of a long and difficult journey. I think maybe for you and your person, right? I mean, I think Ten of Swords is coming out to indicate that you are also coming to the end of a period of your life where you are now no longer who you used to be. And it's almost as if these things, you know, the magician is coming up, like it's like your magician energy is being focused on, Scorpio, because right now it's almost as if both of you and your person have come through a very, very difficult stage in your lives, and you've kind of come together at this perfect time where you can begin kind of a journey together, right? But it does require communication, and it requires for you to certainly let them know how you feel, to free yourself from any lingering hang-ups that you may have or baggage that you may have about communicating yourself and communicating your feelings to this person. Because the Chariot is here, and the Chariot's about to start on a new adventure, and I think very much, Scorpio, you want to take this person with you, right? This is a beautiful reading. I'm going to call it, this is your reading, Scorpio, for July 28th to August 3rd. If this resonated with you, please like and subscribe and share, hit the bell. All of those things help my channel grow. All of those things allow me to be able to give you guys more and more readings. Go over to my Patreon site if you'd like to get into any of the deeper love readings, the extended video, or the extended readings of the monthlies. You can go over and find them over there. But for right now, this is quite a beautiful reading, Scorpio, and I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.